welcome back to Sanborn Meadow Farm. I have a fun little project today. It's one of those that is on my to-do list, my very long to-do list, and probably isn't a priority, but I got something in the mail, and as is the case with most of my projects, it is something that's become much more urgent because what came in the mail is alive and will die if I don't actually do this project. So today I'm going to try to get this done. So I'm standing here in front of our vernal pond right there that comes down the hill from the woods and fills this little depression up every spring, and we have all kinds of turtles and frogs and all sorts of things in there. And then later in the year it kind of dries out. And right behind me is the upper pasture, named because it goes uphill, and up at the very top of the hill is our property line, but it's a pretty steep hill, and in the middle of it, about a third of the way up, somewhere up in here, is a spring that bubbles up out of the ground and runs downhill and contributes partly to this vernal pond and swampy area, but makes this whole area pretty swampy and kind of not really worth doing anything with. So I was reading the New York Times a couple months ago, and I came across this company called the Vermont Willow Company, and they were having a special on their website in celebration of the New York Times article, and I will try to link it down below if it's still available, and so you guys can read about it. But I'll also put their website down below in the comments, in the description. But anyway, they were offering a special of willow cuttings, a rainbow pack of willow cuttings. And so it's 7 different types of willow, and the new stems are the range of the rainbow, from reds to orange, yellow, blue, purple, and so the purpose of this is to plant them in a hedge that then becomes a rainbow when you coppice it and the new willow growth comes up over the years. And I thought, oh, that is so cool. So of course I added it to my to-do list for the farm this year. So this spot here that is swampy and really not much use to anybody, it's wet and clay at the same time, is perfect for willow. Willow loves water and loves to be sopping wet, and actually can help soak up a lot of water. And eventually I hope to have a weeping willow out in this area, but for now I thought I would plant a rainbow hedge of willow, and when I give up this whole farming thing, I can become a basket weaver and use the willow for that. Anyway, so I thought I'd take you along and show you what I'm gonna do, and get this hedge installed. It won't look like much now, but maybe we can revisit it in a year or two and you can see some of the new growth. And I don't know, I just thought it was fun. So let's get going. dumped compost on a little frog. Hello, little frog. Come on. No, you don't want to go? All right, I'm going to have to move him so he doesn't get covered with the plastic. And another one. I think this is a spotted leopard frog, but I don't know my frogs very well. But come on, little guy, you got to move before I put the plastic down. Now that I've got the plastic all laid out with a little bit of compost underneath, I've got it lightly pinned down. I'll finalize the pinning down as I go to make sure that it's, stays very tight and flat. And I'll probably run a row of staples up the center too, because the winds here are pretty strong. So, but anyway, I've started planting willow. So I have my little packages. And they tell you it's very important to make sure that you plant them upright, and they show you the direction on the package. And so all I'm doing is every 18 to 20 inches, I've put a little staple to mark the spot, and I just take my little stick, which has a mark at the 8-inch mark, and I tap it down through the plastic till I hit that mark and hope I don't hit any rocks, which I'm sure I will. Pull it out and take my little willow twig, stuff it down the hole so that there's about 2 inches sticking out, and that's it. So then I take the staple that was the mark and I just pull the plastic tight and put the staple in. And I decided that I'm going to take a pair of scissors and just snip the hole around the willow just a little bit to let it kind of breathe a bit as the plastic moves with the wind. I don't want it knocking the willows over or out. So that's it. So I'm just going to keep working through my packages of willow all the way up, and we'll be done. You can see they're stuck here in the plastic all the way up. 2 rows, 18 to 20 inches apart, and staggered between the rows, so they're sort of zigzagged up the plastic here. The plastic is necessary because this field is full of all kinds of invasive grasses and weeds and sedges and reeds and all kinds of things, and these little willow sticks would not be able to compete. Once the willow starts to root and leaf out a bit, I will cut the plastic out around the base of each willow, allowing it to breathe a little bit, and then eventually we'll remove all of the plastic and lay down a thick bed of mulch. So that's it. We've got 35 little sticks of willow in the ground ready to go, and I have one final step, and that is putting a little deer fencing around the willow, because as if the weed competition weren't enough, willow is very palatable to the large deer herd we have around here. So I'm going to put some stakes and some fishing line up and try to keep the deer off these until they're well established. Well, that's it. The rainbow willow hedge is all installed, and we just have to keep our fingers crossed and watch it grow over the next couple of years and see how it turns out. Again, I'll put the information on where I got the willow in the description. But for now, I'm gonna go inside because the black flies are just swarming around me and biting everywhere that isn't covered. So thank you again for joining me on this fun project. I hope you'll join me again. Please like and subscribe and follow us on our social media. We'll see you soon. Bye.